Hey everyone, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing fantastic today. So this is like my favorite time of the month, I have to say, even though I've only done this one time. This is our second time doing this, but it's just kind of fun. I enjoy this process. So we are going to decode the messages that our SGs, our spirit guides, have given us collectively for the community, okay? I asked for collective messages from all of our guides for our highest and best good, okay? What they want us to know to be prepared for in April, okay? It's going to take us a little while. We'll be done decoding them by the end of the first week, so you'll have all the messages by then. But there's 8 this month. I asked them to kind of keep it down, but like 6, but they gave me 8. So, all right. And it's interesting. I mean, I have 4 so far, and we'll do them every other day this week. So today is the 31st of March, 2025. Then we'll do every other day. And so by the end of the week, we'll have all 8 messages. Okay. Then we can continue to look at them throughout the month in Coffee with Karen or whenever it feels right. So, okay, so I don't know that they will be a surprise to you. They are similar messaging that we've been getting, okay? So we just got to go with it. This is what they want us to know, all right? This is not Coffee with Karen, but click. I need to have a little coffee at this time. Okay, so I have my bullet journal. Whoop, all the stuff falling out. Ready to go. Now, I call it April energy. I should just say April messages from the guides, really, but this is where I will also so first I'll put down what my channel is given. Then if I listen to like Lee Harris energy, which I enjoy to see what his guides say. I like listening to Tara Arnold, to see what her guides say. I've already listened to that one. I didn't write anything down. So anyways, if I have additional ones, I like to just see what other channels say and write them in my bullet journal as well. Those 2 channels I will put in the description below so you can access those channels. I don't know if Lee's come out with his yet, but Tara has. So if you have anybody else that you enjoy listening to for like the energies of the upcoming month, feel free to put it in the comments. This is a community here and we're sharing and giving new ideas so people can explore whatever works for them. Okay. So, all right. So what I do if you're new here, I don't have my pendulum. Okay. So I take something like this round chart, okay, and it's got lettering on it, numbering in the months, and a yes and a no, okay. And I have a little pendulum. It's over there. Have a little pendulum, and I ask the spirit guides, say a little prayer. Ask the spirit guides what messages they have. First, I asked how many. They said 8, and so I thought, okay, we'll do 2 per video, okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you what the message is, and then my guides also told me which oracle decks out of the 60 that I have, which oracle decks we should use to get additional messages of what they want us to know, okay? So for the first one, I have 3 decks, and I'll show them to you more completely in a minute. And then for the second message today, we only have 1. I think that one's going to go pretty fast. So, and then what I'm going to do while we're pulling cards, I'll tell you what I'm going to write in my squares. And I know there are people following along. So if you've got your squares ready, or you could grab a piece of paper. You don't have to have a bullet journal. Just grab a piece of paper, okay? Okay, so let's see. So the first message for April 2025 is just stay calm. Okay, so just stay calm. So I'm going to go ahead I got 3 different markers. I decided it's spring in the northern hemisphere, so I'm going to go ahead and use some fun colors for spring. So in my first box, I'm just going to put, so the first message is just stay calm. Okay. So now we have 3 decks to give us, they wanted to give us additional messages through these oracles. Okay, so the first one was Wisdom of the Oracle. Unfortunately, it's all shiny. So that light is right above my head. Okay, so Wisdom of the Oracle. I will list all the decks below in the description that we use. I list like the bullet journal and stuff like that too, but at the bottom of that list, this has, look at how nice that booklet is. At the bottom of the list, of that list where the bullet journal is listed, will be the oracles that I use. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll say the prayer, and then we'll find out what they want to tell us in terms of just stay calm. Like, why is that a message? Anybody guess? Anybody? All right, so I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask all of those, as well as all of those of the purest and highest light. Hello. See if any of those are going to be messages. And I ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel, the community here, as well as my channel, so that it is only of the purest and highest light. Amen. Okay, so what do you guys want us to know? What do you want us to know? I went to a psychic yesterday for my birthday, and she was doing that. Like, I thought, oh, maybe I'm not shuffling. Like, I like the way she was shuffling, actually. She was like going like this. Now, you might not be able to see it, but she was like really like going like that. And they were really dropping out. Now, were they dropping out the right ones? Probably. I mean, maybe she just made it easier for them to drop, right? Well, see, now there's a whole bunch of them dropping, so. Okay, I'll have to practice that. All right, well, I got a lot of cards in front of me, so I'm just going to ask the SGs real quick to see if any of these are the right ones, now that I was goofing around with the... so I'm not looking at them. This is the back, okay? So I've got 7 in front of me. All right. Okay, you guys, hello. So I already said the prayer. It counts for this entire session, okay? Regardless of what I'm using. So did we get the right messages that you wanted us to have from this deck for just stay calm? Okay, are there any other messages you want me to grab from the deck? No. Okay. So let's start from the right. The first card, is that a message you want us to have? Yes. The second? No. The third? No. The fourth? No. The fifth? Yes. So the first and the fifth so far. Yep. And the sixth? No. And the seventh? No. Okay. So the first and the fifth. So because of time, I'm not going to go over all these, but I'll show you real quick. Okay. Just in case some of these might be an individual message for you, okay? But unfortunately, I'm not going to read like in the booklet and stuff, but you might see something. So message in a bottle. Message in a bottle. What is that message in there? What? Interesting. It's a 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So it's a 6 card. Message in a bottle. Oh, it's a telephone. See it? Am I turning it the right way? Let's see. There it is. It's a telephone. Oh, interesting. Okay. That was interesting. Imagine. Imagine. So it's 20. It's a 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. So we have an imagine. Sorry about the glare. There we go. Imagine. What is that hanging on to? What is that? I don't know. It's like a white, it might be like a bean, but the moon is kind of hanging on to it. Okay. Again, you might get some individual. So you have a 6 and a 2. This is a 3, 2 plus 1. Clean it up. Anybody need to be told that for April? Clean it up. Could be a lot of things. Clean up your house, clean up your attitude, clean up your life, clean up your refrigerator. Could be a lot of things. New life. Oh my. 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a 12 card, which is also a 3. So we have 2 3s. Yep, new life. That makes sense that that would be a 3. Anybody getting started to start a new life or considering it? And the last one was regeneration. It's a 1. So it's 46. 4 plus 6 is a 1. I don't know how to get that. There we go, that glare. Okay. Regeneration. Okay, well, just in case anybody needed that individually. Okay, so let's see what the cards are for just stay calm. Just stay calm. All right. So I feel like, nope, maybe we didn't get this one before. Okay, so it's a 4, higher power. Wow, look at that. Higher power. Again, this is for a message, just stay calm. Very cool. Is that like a flashlight? For those of you who have been in the community for a while, isn't that crazy? Uh-huh. Shining a light on things. There's some light shining on some things in April. Interesting. Okay, higher power. Higher power. All right. Essential meanings: conscious contact with the higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. Okay, that is a perfect message for us in terms of staying calm, okay? I feel like I can center myself a little bit. For staying calm. I think that's really good. So what that's telling, well, here, let's go over the Oracle's message, okay? This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. So they're saying at this time, so as part of staying calm, prayer and meditation, okay? Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? I love that. Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you could ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. Love it. Okay, so what are you going to put down for that? If you were going to take notes on just staying calm as reminder, so that's why I'm doing this in the April energy, is so that I can remind myself when I'm not feeling calm or when I'm wondering what the heck's going on, I can go back to my notes for April and it will help me take a chill pill, you know? And I will also then remind folks in the community throughout the month, so I like having this messaging. So write down what you're going to write in the comments, because I think that will help other people. It'll help me too, to see if there's something else I want to add to my messaging, okay? So I think my first thing is, how do I want to write this? So I'm just going to say stay conscious, or just remember. I'm going to say remember, because that's one less word. My boxes are very small. So remember connection with spirit. Okay, and I just put that as a bullet point because I like doing that. Like I just put it as a bullet point. All right. And then I'm going to go into the next square. You know, I think I'm going to go down. I think I'm going to go down for this one. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7 columns. That's unfortunate. It's too bad I don't have 8, because that would be kind of cool if I could go down. I might add one right in the middle, right there. See that one? I sort of have that empty space. I might add one there because I'm kind of thinking of just now having all of the messages. Okay, so remember connection with spirit. Foster foster connection through prayer and meditation. Because I also have two other decks to use here for this particular one. Okay, then it says like, okay, so ask, what is the highest good of all? So if there's times where you need to stay calm, let's just say something's going on in the bigger grand scheme of things or in your own life, maybe just meditate on like, why is this happening? Is this what's the best, what's the highest good for all? How can I serve? I love that. How can I serve? I love that as a question. I'm going to put that on mine. How can I serve? Because you know, when you're serving others, like if your focus is what can I do to be of service? Like it helps you just calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? It helps me anyways. Okay, so I like that. I like that. In fact, I got another card. So I think that's what I'm going to stick on mine. So remember connection with spirit, foster connection through prayer and meditation, and then how can I serve as a reminder? Okay, so let me know what you're going to put on that for that card. All right, here's the other one. So this is, I'm going to show you the picture first. So it's a 4 + 1 is a 5. Aw, aren't they sweet? So sweet. So penguin could be, a message from like a penguin, animal spirit, energy, the hearts. Oh, look at above the penguins. I didn't even see that. See that very faint angel up there? Soulmates. Soulmates. Okay, so that's a 5. So we have a 4 and a 5. So this was number 4. And then here I'm going to put number 5. Okay, so soulmates, 41. 41. Okay, 41. No, that's 31. 41. Cool. I turned right to it. Okay, so soulmates. Essential meaning, harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. Okay, the Oracle's message, you are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you towards them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts. Okay. So stay calm is really this is the message for under stay calm. Okay. So what I'm getting from that is that and these are really global messages. Okay. So this is not, I mean, you could read this for your personal life. I personally am not. I could be, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm reading it more for stuff that's going on in the world and the US politics and all that. Okay, so for me in this card, what it's telling me is that those who, let's just say I oppose, they are my greatest gift. Okay, so one way to stay calm during this time is to remember that there is growth during this time. That's kind of how I'm going to see it. Okay. So I'm just going to put there is growth in our greatest challenges, which really has nothing to do with soulmates, but that's kind of what I got out of it. Okay. There is growth in our greatest challenges. You could put, there is, our greatest gifts come from those who we oppose, or those who, because there's a lot more messaging in here. This isn't that most of the messaging is harmonious, partnerships, love, friendship, companionship. And of course, I go right to, but I'm focused on this just stay calm part. Okay. So that's where I specifically ask for messages for that. That's why I'm sticking with that part of it. Like, it's like I picked out the most negative part of the whole message, right? It's not really negative. It's just a reminder that when things are happening, that, there's growth in our greatest challenges. I'm going to actually say with others. Okay. With others, because this card was soulmates. Okay, so this had a lot to do with relationships. So I'm going to say there's growth in our greatest challenges with others. Okay. All right, let me know what you're going to put for that. Okay, so we are done with that deck. We've got 2 others to look under just stay calm. So just stay calm. Okay. Let me just put these away real quick. All right, so the next deck we are going to use for just stay calm is the letting go deck. Isn't that interesting that that's one they wanted me to use? Not a surprise. It's like perfect, right? First, we have the wisdom oracle. Like, there's some wisdom here. Now we have the letting go deck. The letting go deck. Okay, one just jumped right out, but that was just in the front. But I'm still gonna. This one's kind of cool. I really like this deck. I like them all, but this is David Hawkins. And he's a writer, and he has a book that's called The Letting Go, I think it's called. And so they have these cards that have messages on both sides. So there's no booklet, but there's enough messaging on each card. So I'm just going to shuffle them a little bit. All right. And we already said the prayer. So what would you like us to know about just staying calm? What reminders would you like us to have about just stay calm? What would be helpful for us to remember for April of 2025? April of 2025. Just stay calm. Okay, I'm just going to see. Kind of felt those kind of pop out. Seriously, that psychic, like, she stood up and she was like throwing them like way up here. I'm like, oh my God. Well, no wonder they're all falling down. I'm just going to pull this one and see, I don't know. It just seems a little obvious but maybe not that high. She didn't do it that high, but she had her way. She was, just how she did it. Okay, so did you guys drop any of the right cards that we wanted to have for this just stay calm? Yes. Okay, are we missing any from the deck? No. Okay, let's go from the right. The first one on the right with the yellow. You want us to have that one? Yes. The next one, the second one in? No. The third one in? No. The fourth one? That was the one that fell off right off the top. That's kind of funny. So the first and the fourth so far. What about the fifth? No. Okay, so that was the one that I kind of just, All right, so we're going to go. I'm not going to read these because that would take us too long. I'm trying to keep my videos. I always try to go like 30 minutes, and then my videos are always too long. Okay. Not, I don't know if you mind, but okay. So the first one, again, we're talking about just staying calm. All right. So the message is, how long do you want to go on suffering? When are we willing to give it up? When is enough enough? Okay. Beautiful. The part of us that wants to cling to negative emotions is our smallness. It is the part of us that is mean, petty, selfish, competitive, cheap, conniving, mistrusting, vindictive, judgmental, diminished, weak, guilty, ashamed, and vain. Is that the part with which we want to identify? Wow. No. No. Sounds like a bunch of ego. Yeah, the part of us that is our ego wants to cling to negative emotions, right? Yeah, that's why we like to watch all the negativity stuff, the mysteries. So how long do you want to go on suffering? When will we be willing to give it up? When is enough enough? Okay, so what message are you getting out of this that you might write down under just stay calm? Why do you think they pulled this card for us? What's here, just stay calm? It's really like I think for me, is maybe the work on not clinging. I mean, the message is clear. The part of us that wants to cling to negative emotions is our smallness. Okay, so I really like that as a reminder. So clinging to negative emotions, I'm just going to write that whole part. So there's no number on this card, so they don't have numbers. My ear is crackling. Okay, let's see if that helps. Okay, so I am going to write the part of us that wants to cling to negative emotions is our smallness. So that's just going to be a little reminder to me. Okay. So if you wanted to take a picture of this, you could pause and take a picture. That's the back side. And here's the front side of it. Okay. So the next card is what one holds in mind tends to manifest. Okay. So about staying calm, we don't want to manifest anxiety, basically. We don't want to manifest the opposite of calm, right? So what one holds in mind tends to manifest. And that's just really the other message was the part of us that wants to cling to negative emotions is our smallness. Okay. So it's about, we don't want to manifest negative emotions. So we want to try to stay calm so we don't manifest that kind of stuff. Any thought, again, if you want to take a picture, any thought which we consistently hold in mind and consistently give energy to will tend to come into our lives according to the very form in which our mind has held it. Okay. That's a lot for me to process, so I'm just going to go with this. What one holds in mind tends to manifest. Okay. So, I'm going to write down in my book, manifest calmness, because that's the message we're working on, manifest calmness. That'll just be enough reminder to me. Okay. Just enough reminder to me that if I'm not feeling calm, then I'm not manifesting that calmness. Okay. That'll be a nice reminder. Let me know what you're going to put down. Okay. Because I'm going to add stuff when I read yours. It helps me and it helps other people. Okay. All right. This one's fun too. The animal elders. Now remember, we only have one deck for the next message. And it's angel answers. So it's going to be very fast. Okay, so let's see what they want to give us. What animal elders do they want us to? This is where you could get a charm out and put a charm as a reminder for April. Little charm for yourself because they'll give you an animal if you got that charm. Okay, so what do you guys want us to know? I'm down to one box already in this line, so that's not going to work. But the next message will only have one. There'll only be one box used probably. So, okay. Well, I got this huge. So it's very possible that the card they wanted was in this little grouping and it just got stuck in there. Okay. That's kind of how I rely on that. All right. Let's see. Okay. The card or cards you wanted, is it in front of me right now? Yes. Are there any others in the deck that you want me to pull? No. Okay, let's go from the right. The first one. Yes. The second. No. The third. No. The fourth. No. The fifth. Okay, so just the first one. Oh, you guys are funny. They're funny because they're like, you only have one box left. You guys are funny. All right, so let's see. Real quick, the ones that in case you needed to hear this, we've got Elder Thunderbird. Aren't these cards amazing? Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. Again, you can always pause and take a picture. The next one that they didn't, but it might be a personal. Oh, Elder Bee. I love bees. Work with purpose. There's another 4. Didn't we have a 4? Yep, we had a 4 under stay calm. This one is a 5, and we had another 5 too. So that last deck, letting go, didn't have any numbers. Oh, spider. Elder Spider. Weave your medicine. 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is an 11 card. Weave your medicine. And this is, oh, I love cranes. That is a 3. Elder Crane, hold the vision. Hold the vision. So let us know if any of the ones that were not collective for the collective, if you got anything out of those personally. Okay, this is the one for just stay calm. Oh, funny. Elder Heron. I don't have a heron charm. Okay, so this is a 22, and 22 does not reduce. Thank you. The community here has taught me what reduces, and the numbers that are like 11, 11, 22, 33, 44, you don't reduce those, okay? So this is a number 22, and this is Elder, so I'm writing this in my journal, Heron. I love when those show up. Practice patience. Practice patience. So part of staying calm is practicing patience, right? Because sometimes we don't feel calm when we're like expecting. It's not coming. It's hard to stay calm. So that's a good reminder. So 22. Practice patience. Okay. I'm just going to see what part of this. Okay, so patience is indeed a virtue at this time, and you will soon see that listening to your wise inner voice brings immense joy and breathtaking beauty when you finally decide to spread your wings and soar. It's a magnificent sight to see when Elder Heron finally takes flight with a fish caught in their beak, a journey that will be yours when you commit to patience and quiet listening. Wow, patience and quiet listening. You know, the part for me too is that I'm finding through this process politically, I've talked about this on the channel, you know, some people are leaving my life right now. They left me. I've left some people. And I'm finding that that's part of, even though it's painful, because it's like, okay, what did I do? How can do I want to fix it? That's the question. It's like, do I want to fix it? And there's a part of me that's like hesitating because I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to spread my wings wide and soar. And sometimes you can't do that when, one, you have a lot of people in your family or a lot of people in your life, or maybe the energy, they're just in a different place, you know? And so I'm kind of letting those that I need to pull away from and people who need to pull away from me, I'm kind of letting it just happen and not feeling bad about it for the first time in my life, just respecting the process, you know, and not pushing it. Like normally in the past, I'd be like, oh my God, what did I do? How do I fix it? And, you know, now I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to be a fixer. I'm not going to try to fix anything and let it unfold the way it needs to. And maybe they need to spread their wings and soar, you know, and having me in their life is not the best thing for them in order to do that. So it works both ways, you know. So I love that. So practice patience. I'm also going to add, because it's very positive, I'm going to put a bullet, spread your wings. Spread your wings and soar. I love that. Even though it doesn't, I mean, it kind of has something to do with being calm. I mean, practice patience and spread your wings, you know? Like stay calm, even though people are coming and going out of your life and there's a lot of chaos or whatever, you can still spread your wings and soar. Like you can almost like think of it too. If you're spreading your wings and soaring above it all, you know, like I'm going to have that image actually this month. Like if I'm meditating or just going to bed, I'm going to have that image this month of me soaring above and just kind of looking down, but enjoying you know what I mean? I've never really thought to do that, but I kind of like that for this month. Okay, so there's my list. I filled in all the boxes. I like how they just gave me one. Isn't that funny that they just gave me the one? I would have run out of boxes. Okay, I'm going to have extra boxes though, but I want to have extra boxes because I wanted to add some other people's energy messages. So, okay, so message number two. Message number two. I'm going to hide 3 and 4 because those are going to be, you guys are going to be like, what is up with this Jack? Right? It's kind of how I feel too. I don't know. I'm hoping we're going to laugh about this in the future, but I'm hiding the other messages. Don't look at them. Okay. I mean, look at this, you guys. Number 2, Jack is coming. I mean, come on. Let's go, Jack. Last month, and it is Jack Smith they're talking about, and he works for the ICC, which is the International Criminal, I wrote it down, International Criminal something. Where did I write it? I wrote it somewhere, just so I could remember, and here I am not remember. Oh, I know where I wrote it, under the pendulum messages. So yeah, I mean, can we get Jack is coming anymore? Last month in March, one of the messages for the month was slow Jack. Like Jack is, yeah, we know he's slow. So, but we're just, you know, counting on divine timing at this point. But yeah, Jack's been, I mean, here Jack was on the 16th of March. Jack is here was on the 18th of March. So obviously stuff has kind of slowed it down. And then slow Jack was overall for March, overall energy. So on the 30th was yesterday, a pendulum message was help is coming. So Jack is coming is one of the messages. All right, well, we better frickin' see Jack, man. Okay, so this is the card deck they want us to use. You know, if you've been around, you know how I love doing timing things. I'm being sarcastic. All right. They already said April in a pendulum message, but we're not going to be attached to it. Don't get attached to it, because if you get attached to things, especially the way time moves in different realms, don't get attached to stuff because then we shift it, okay? So we're going to get the message and we're going to let it go and be like, okay, that's cool. Jack's coming, you know. All right, let's find out what they wanted. They wanted me to use this deck to answer this just for guidance on here. Okay, so Jack is coming. All right, what do you guys want us to know about Jack is coming? I did confirm with the dowsing rods. I'll do it. I can do that with you guys. Okay. My goodness. Poke myself. Okay. So when you guys say Jack is coming, yes, are you meaning Jack Smith? Yes. And is this the Jack Smith that worked on F-45's case around January 6th? Yes. And does Jack Smith currently work for the ICC? Is it that Jack Smith? Yes. Does Jack Smith work for NATO? No. Okay. All right. So we're talking about the Jack Smith who is an attorney and he is currently working for ICC. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's see what they want us to know. What do you want us to know? This process just energizes me to no end. I wonder how, just because it's newer, I always like new stuff. So, but I hope I never get sick of this process. I like it. I really like it right now. I don't know. Do you guys like it? You'll have to tell me. Okay, so, and if you're pulling your own cards, absolutely pull your own cards. Do your own pendulum message. Ask your pendulum what message they have for you for March or for April 2025. And, you know, share it. It'd be amazing. Okay. What do you guys want us to know from here? Okay, I'm just going to let a couple of them kind of fall out. All right, so we've got 5 cards. I'm looking at the back. All right, so are there any other cards in the deck you want me to pull? No? Okay, so let's go through the ones here. Number 1 on the right. Do you want me to look at that one? No. Number 2 from the right. No. Number 3. No. Number 4. Yes. Number 5. Yes. So you want me to do 4 and 5 from the left side, 1 and 2 from the left? Yes. Okay. All right. So again, in case this is something, maybe you have a question, maybe something's going on in your life and you want an angel answer, here's your answer. 1, it's opportunity. We've had that card before. Opportunity. Improving health. Improving health. That could mean like you need to improve your health or your health is improving. Depends on how you look at it. Improving health. And forgiveness. Forgiveness. Now, if we would have gotten this card, now that could be for me, like forgiveness. Do I want to work on forgiveness as part of that, what I was talking about with people coming and going? And I don't need to forget. I don't think so because I don't have ill will in my heart. Because the people have come and gone, they're lovely people. We just have different values right now. But they're still lovely people. So I don't really have a need to forgive. Maybe a little bit in terms of, yeah, I'll work on that. I'll think about it. I might need to just think about that for a second. Okay, so let's see. This is regarding Jack is coming. Okay, all right. So look for a sign. Anybody seen any signs? They said Jack is here a while ago. Anybody see any signs anywhere? Look for a sign. All right, look for a sign and, oh, what is that supposed to mean? Be assertive. Okay, I wonder if Jack needs to be assertive or, so Jack is coming. Okay, so let's look for a sign first. So what color do I want to use? Okay, so I'm going to write, I think I'm going to use blue again. This green is just so light. Okay, so message number 2 is Jack is coming. Jack better not disappoint us. We just have I don't know. He's got a lot of energy in this community. The RSGs, all of ours have brought him up a lot. Oh, Jack. Okay. So look for a sign. Look for a sign. It's a good thing I'm breaking this down into 2 per. I tried to do 3 last month. It was just, look, we're already at 43 minutes, so it's kind of long. Okay, so look for a sign. Your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. So, well, Jack is coming, okay? You can expect to see signs right away that will have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them, or they may smell scents with from their childhood that they connect with a family member. Signs required focused attention, so be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for more coincidences at this time. They are a message especially designed for you. Okay. So don't mistake events synchronistic events for more coincidences. I don't want to write that whole sentence in my book. Those words are big. So what would you write for this, you guys? Signs required focus attention, so be awake to the possibilities. Maybe I'll write that. Meaning like don't, and then like don't make like, you know, the whole synchronistic events, don't mistaken those for coincidences. It's like try not to read between the lines right now. And that's especially like if we're waiting, you know. They said Jack is coming. So signs require focused attention. So be awake to the possibilities. So I'm just going to put a bullet point, focused attention, and then be awake to the possibilities. I think that's good. I kind of want to write like don't mistaken. Nah, I think I'm okay. What would you write about that? They are a message especially designed for you. So look for a sign. Okay, so be assertive. Let's see if we can decode this one in terms of what that has to do with Jack coming. Okay, so be assertive. This situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands. You must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Ask for what you need without watering down your requests in order to satisfy others. So don't water down your requests in order to satisfy others. Okay? So be assertive. So this may be a little bit of a message that if Jack is coming, that we need to stand in our own personal power and convictions. Okay. And I can tell you that's probably true based on what the next two messages are. Okay. So I'm just going to write be assertive because maybe when we look back, we might be able to understand what that means. Okay. So be assertive, which is kind of fun when you look back. And I'm just going to write be ready to take matters in your own hands. Okay. And then you must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Now, remember that manifest came up too. There's something about manifesting here is, you know, if we've been manifesting that we want someone to come and correct the situation, and if he shows up, we need to stand in our personal power with that. Okay. So stand, because they're saying you must get clear on your personal feelings, which I think we have been being clear on that. We've asked for what we've wanted, and now we must be assertive and we need to pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and self-confidence. Okay. So I'm going to say, stand with courage and self-confidence for what you asked for. Okay. And just because the fact that manifest was here, it makes me feel like, because we've been asking for that. A lot of people in this community, we've been asking for, you know, peace and calmness and to resolve this situation. You know, everybody's been asking in different ways. So, okay. So that's what I wrote. I wrote down, be assertive, be ready to take matters in your own hands, stand with courage and self-confidence for what you asked for. What do you think about that? Okay, well, thanks for sticking by if you're still here after 50 minutes. And we've got 2 more messages, so I'll do that in 2 days from now. So today is Monday. So Wednesday night, unless something comes up and we decide we need to do something else, because you never know, programming might change. Sometimes people are like, you said we weren't doing that. Okay, so I will see you maybe tomorrow morning for coffee with Karen. Otherwise, I can't wait to hear how you are interpreting these messages and what you decided to do to put down for like little reminders for yourself for April. So, all right, have a great one. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.